Article 36, Consideration of Reports. Each report shall be considered by the committee, which shall make such suggestions and general recommendations on the report as it may consider appropriate, and shall forward these to the state party concerned. The state party may respond with any information it chooses to the committee. This committee may request further information from states parties relevant to the implementation of the present convention. If a state party is significantly overdue in the submission of a report, the committee may notify the state party concerned of the need to examine the implementation of the present convention in that state party on the basis of reliable information available to the committee. If the relevant report is not submitted within 3 months following the notification, the committee shall invite the state party concerned to participate in such examination. Should the state party respond by submitting the relevant report, the provision of paragraph 1 of this article will apply. The Secretary General of the United Nations shall make available the reports to all states parties. States parties shall make their reports widely available to the public in their own countries and facilitate access in the suggestions and general recommendations relating to these reports. States parties shall make their reports widely available to the public in their own countries and facilitate access to the suggestions and general recommendations relating to these reports. The committee shall transmit, as it may consider appropriate, to the specialized agencies, funds and programs of the United Nations, and other competent bodies, reports from states parties in order to address a request or indication of a need for technical advice or assistance contained therein, along with the committee's observations and recommendations, if any, on these requests or indications. Article 37. Cooperation between states parties and the committee. Each state party shall cooperate with the committee and assist its members in the fulfillment of their mandate. In its relationship with states parties, the committee shall give due consideration to ways and means of enhancing national capacities for the implementation of the present convention, including through international cooperation. Article 38. Relationship of the committee with other bodies. In order to foster the effective implementation of the present convention and to encourage international cooperation in the fields covered by the present convention, the specialized agencies and other United Nations organs shall be entitled to be represented at the consideration of the implementation of such provisions of the present convention as fall within the scope of their mandate. The committee may invite the specialized agencies and other competent bodies as it may consider appropriate to provide expert advice on the implementation of the convention in areas falling within the scope of their respective mandates. The committee may invite specialized agencies and other United Nations organs to submit reports on the implementation of the convention in areas falling within the scope of their activities. The committee, as it discharges its mandate, shall consult as appropriate other relevant bodies instituted by international human rights treaties with a view to ensuring the consistency of their respective reporting guidelines, suggestions and general recommendations, and avoiding duplication and overlap in the performance of their functions. Article 39. Report of the committee. The committee shall report every 2 years to the General Assembly and to the Economic and Social Council on its activities and may make suggestions and general recommendations based on the examination of reports and information received from the states parties. Such suggestions and general recommendations shall be included in the report of the committee together with comments, if any, from states parties. Article 40. Conference of States Parties. The States Parties shall meet regularly in a conference of States Parties in order to consider any matter with regard to the implementation of the present convention. No later than 6 months after the entry into force of the present convention, the Conference of States Parties shall be convened by the Secretary General of the United Nations. The subsequent meetings shall be convened by the Secretary General biennially or upon the decision of the Conference of States Parties.